As you know, I presented a proposal in April to both sides in New York and asked them to study it and give me comments. So I did receive comments from both sides in Athens from the Foreign Minister and here today from the government.
Како што знаете, јас во април дадов предлог во Њујорк и побарав од двете страни да го проучат и да дадат своји коментари. Добив коментари од двете страни, во Атина од министерот за надворешни работи и тука од страна на владата.
In Athens, they raised two issues that they had with my proposal. Here we had a thorough discussion of the various items, including the point of view of the Greek government, and I received the comments of the government here in line with their long-standing positions.
Во Атина беа покренати две прашања во врска со мојот предлог. Тука детално ги разгледавме ставките и исто така го добив ставот од вашата влада, кој што беше во согласност со долгорочните позиции на вашата влада.
And of course, if I had a great success to report, I'd be very happy, but the fact is there are still substantial differences between the two parties, and so we don't have a solution. What we have is a series of differing positions on some aspects of a possible solution, and we need to continue a process to try to resolve them.
Јас би бил навистина среќен доколку имавме сега успех, но се уште постојат значителни разлики помеѓу страните, се уште немаме решение. Постојат сериозни разлики во однос на различните аспекти на можното решение и се уште треба да продолжиме со изнаѓањето на решение.
So that's my statement, but I'll take questions. So be very happy to take some questions.
Ова беше мојата изјава, сега ќе ми представува задоволство да одговорам на вашите прашања.
Yes. Do you need to translate?
No.
Well, I gave a formulation of a possible name, and I've avoided giving a lot of details in the past, but I'll give a little more detail now because things have been in the press and people have been talking about some of these ideas. So I think the name has to have Macedonia as part of the name because this country is in the Macedonian region, so it should have Macedonia. But it's not the whole of Macedonia. Macedonia is a large area. It was divided 100 years ago. The biggest piece of Macedonia is in Greece. So there needs to be a modifier to make it clear that there's a difference, and I proposed a modifier. The Greek side had a position of where the modifier is located, and the government here has a different view about this, so that's a substantial difference. I will say on the positive side that I'm talking to both parties about a name that includes Macedonia, and with both parties about a modifier. So in some sense, There's, in my view, there's been some movement. We're talking about the same type of thing, but there is a difference in the placement of the modifier. A second area is the scope of usage. That means when do you use the name, and the Greek position is if there's a name, it should be used everywhere, outside the country, inside the country, for official use. I have to say very quickly, we're talking about official use of the name in the United Nations, in diplomatic treaties, in official documents. We're not talking about what people use in ordinary language when they're sitting and having a beer or at the football game. So we're talking about official usage. But the Greek position is it should be used everywhere, and my proposal was somewhat different, and the position of the government here is somewhat different. So that's an area where there's a difference. Excuse me?
Besides proposal, because there was a lot of speculations publicly that there is some proposal to be not upper Albania, Macedonia, Slavic, Macedonia, etc. You mentioned now that you gave exact proposal, so can we
Yeah. No, I could tell you very clearly, there's nothing in any of my proposals over any of the years that had Slavic or Albanian or any other ethnic designation within the name. And it's a geographic modifier. I won't get into which one. There are several geographic modifiers that are possible. I've suggested several of them over the years, and so we're talking about a geographic modifier. Yeah.
What and when would be the next step?
So I'm going back to Thessaloniki this afternoon. I'll talk to the Greek representative, Ambassador Vasilakis, there tonight. Then I'll head to New York, and I'll be in touch with both Ambassador Vasilakis and Ambassador Yurlevsky about next steps, assuming both sides want to continue the process. And we'll see where we are. We also have leadership coming to the United Nations General Assembly in the next few weeks. I'll be meeting with some of them, and we'll talk about next steps. Yeah.
Can you explain what is the proposal of the Greek side regarding the use of the name inside the country?
The Greek position is that we reach agreement on a name, and that's the name to be used officially for the state. So when you have to refer to the state, this is the name you use, whether it's on an official document or in an official letter, or anything with the government. This would be we reach an agreement on the name, and that's the name. So if you have a name, my name is Metјu Нимиц, so whenever I use my name, I use my name. I don't use another name. This is their position. It doesn't mean that when I speak to my wife, she has to say Metјu Нимиc. She can call me something else, but the official name on a document is my official name. So this would be the name of the state. Yeah. Yeah.
Upper is a modifier for the both governments in Skopje and Athens. Is it acceptable for the both governments, or are now are you looking for other modifiers?
Yeah. So the question was, is upper a name that's been used by both governments, and did I use it? Upper is a geographic modifier. I've used other ones too. I'm not, as of now, I don't have a lot of, I'm not focusing more on what the modifier is, because I think we have a modifier that we're talking about. So I think that's a little bit of progress, you know.
Mr. Nimic, what was your proposal about scope of using?
About?
What was
Scope.
your proposal
About the scope.
of using?
Yeah. So I don't want to get into a lot of details, but my proposal was a certain scope of usage that was that had certain parameters, but it wasn't totally all-inclusive. And the Greek point of view was that it should be all-inclusive. Yes. Yeah. Any other questions? And then, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.